I'm packing up tonight for the start of my Colorado Trail thru hike tomorrow morning. This time around I'm going from Durango to Denver, so the direction that most people don't go, but I've already gone from Denver to Durango. And since I'm packing everything up, I thought I would go over everything that I'm actually going to be carrying and how I put everything in my backpack. So let's get started. So the first thing is the backpack is MLD Burn, what I've been using for the last couple of years. First thing that goes in is my sleep pad. I'm just using the Gossamer Gear, the 1/8 inch pad. I fold it in half so it turns it into kind of a 1/4 inch pad. I've got 3 short strips of silicone on there. That keeps it from sliding around, and that actually works pretty well. So that goes in up against my back. Kind of adds some structure there and keep hard stuff from smashing into my back. Next thing is a Nylafine pack liner. Inside the pack liner goes my stuff sack with my sleeping bag. So this is a Z-Packs medium large, I think is what it's called. Dry bag. I use this kind of a stuff sack, and then inside that is my 30-degree Big Agnes sleeping bag that I've had since I started hiking. That goes in there sideways. So as you saw, it gets compressed down so that it fits in there pretty well. And sleep socks. I tried out some thin sleep socks, and those just did not work for me, so I'm going back to the little heavier, nice, thick, warm stuff. That goes in there, and I should have an extra pair of socks. I'll go ahead and put those in there as well. And that, for the most part, is everything that goes inside my my dry sack, the Nylafine liner. And I know some people like to twist that thing around. That just doesn't really work for me because it traps a lot of air. So what I tend to do is just kind of fold it over. So this is the opening. The opening gets folded down towards the front of the pack. And that way, if there's any water, it just kind of runs down that way. It also lets the air escape out of the bag. Alright, next thing goes my food sack. I'm starting off with 3 days. So there's actually 2 days in there. And then day 1 is, it will be put on the outside of my pack. Next in goes my tent. My Tarp Tent Pro Trail, and I've got 4 tent stakes in the little tent stake bag. That stays inside my tent sack so that I don't lose them. That gets folded over. Tent stakes always to the front or the back of the backpack, so they're out that way. I'm not really sure what the front and the back of the backpack is. Alright, next thing in is my rain gear that goes on top of my tent. So I've got the rain jacket that I made out of silk poly, and then also my silk poly rain pants. Next in is my electronics bag. I've got a 20,000 milliamp hour bank in here, charger, 3 cables. I've got my battery charger for my camera, and there's 3 extra batteries, and then I'll carry one in the camera, which is actually filming this right now. That goes in there, and again, that's toward what I call the back of the backpack. Then my little my ditty bag, soap, first aid kit, gear repair kit, toothbrush, and my wallet is in there. Toilet paper goes in there as well. And then if it's a fairly warm day, I'll put my puffy in there. In my left pocket is my beanie. And then in my right pocket is gloves. Goes in there, and then just kind of press that down, get it all kind of smushed down really good, and then top of that, corn chips. I won't need those until dinner time. Sometimes I'll leave them out on the back of the pack so I can snack on them through the day. But I'm starting off, so my hunger probably won't be all that bad. Alright. And on the right hand pocket, my trekking pole goes in there. My trowel also goes in there right behind the trekking pole. I don't know if you can see that. And then some snacks will go in that pocket right there. Left hand pocket is my pack towel. And then a 1 liter water bottle. That's full of water. I'm just going to start off with 1 liter. Looks like that would be plenty to get me started. There are several water sources on the segment that I'll be able to get additional water as I'm hiking. And then in my pocket right here, I have swapped my Tyvek ground sheet for a Soul emergency blanket. I cut this to size, so I just took my Tyvek sheet that I had cut, laid it on top of this, and cut it out. The Tyvek sheet weighed about 125, 130 grams, and I think this Soul emergency blanket weighs 45 now. I'll see how this works out. I'm hoping that if I put the reflective side up, that may reflect my body heat back up to me. That's only really a factor when you're camping at, say, over 10,000 feet, because it's still kind of chilly up there. So that goes in my pocket here. This is my 2 liter Evernew water bag. That goes in there. Got my rear pole for my tent, 24 inch. That also goes in the pocket. Bug head net goes in the pocket. Insect repellent, bleach, which is my water purification, and then salt. I go through a lot of salt while I'm hiking. That's my electrolytes. That just keeps me from cramping up. Spoon also goes in the back pocket back there. Trash bag, just a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. That goes in there. And then that is pretty much all my gear. Then what I do is I've got a jar of honey and a jar of peanut butter. I keep those in there so I can kind of snack on those through the day. Supplement what I'm snacking on. and then my cold soak jar. So this will be my first dinner for that night. I always just dump that in the jar in the morning when I'm leaving, so it's ready to go. And as I'm hiking, I can just add water and let it rehydrate and then eat whenever. So that goes in there as well. And then my supplement for my dinner, my olives and my chicken, that will also go in here as well. Then, like I said, I've got snacks that will go in the right hand pocket. And then in the front pouch, I'll throw some snacks in there that I can pull out as I'm hiking through the day. I also keep my phone in there. And there we go. That's everything right there. So, not counting my camera gear, I think the base weight is 8.4 pounds. When you add in the camera battery charger, the camera, and all the batteries, I think I am right at 10.5 pounds or so. So not too shabby. I'm anticipating to try to finish this in under 19 days. That's on average 25, 26 miles a day. If I can go faster than that, I certainly will. But there we have it. That's everything. Alright, thanks for watching. And hopefully when I'm done with this thing, I will get a video out within about a week of that. So we'll see you guys later.